Hello, it's Rob Moore from Progressive here. For the thousands of people who missed the Property Superconference 2012, which sold out, for you, and for the almost 1,000 people who were there in the room live, here are the highlights of the Property Superconference 2012 from Wembley Stadium. Thank you very much for watching this short highlights video. You now have the chance to own the event forever. All 11 content-packed DVDs, plus a limited number of second stage 10 DVD sets. And at the end there's an early mover strictly limited offer at a significant discount and a seriously special bonus for you right now. And I'm also going to give you the reason why there's only 250 copies available. You see, the Superconference 2012 was completely jam-packed out at Wembley. It had sold out a good few weeks before to over 900 property investors in the room, almost 1,000 people with our crew and team. There was networking frenzies all over the place. People were doing joint ventures there and then. There were many multi-millionaire property investors both on the stage as experts and also in the room. There were people with no properties beginning the journey all the way up to people with 50, 60, 100, 200, even a couple of people with 300 properties in the room. It was an awesome experience and I'm humbled and privileged to have been part of it. Now, if you've ever been to a past Superconference, you'll know that previously we've been honoured to have special guests such as James Caan and Lord Sugar. And this year we had a very controversial, very colourful Bob Geldof. Now, rather than me tell you what happened, listen and watch what people had to say about him. Had a wonderful time, including a stage interview with Rob Moore, heard a speaker that I've admired since I was a kid, Sir Bob Geldof, and met some wonderful people to network with. It was a really interesting, wide-ranging, information-packed event, Rob. Awesome talk by Bob Geldof, cool achievement getting him for a keynote speaker, articulate and well-informed guy. We thoroughly enjoyed Saturday's session, and I don't think anyone quite expected the fantastic presentation from Bob Geldof. Everyone I spoke to afterwards was quite blown away by it. Before he started speaking, the chap next to me said he couldn't stand Bob and was thinking of leaving before the speech. By the time he'd finished, the same chap was Bob's #1 biggest fan. Bob Geldof was inspirational. I read his biography, Is That It?, which came out in '96. You were probably still in nappies. Rob, now you're up to your arms in them. I very much enjoyed the Property Superconference at the weekend. Bob Geldof's presentation was thought-provoking and inspiring. Certainly an exceptional role model. This is just a small selection of all the messages we got. We didn't know what to expect from Bob Geldof. What we did here was inspiring, educational and empowering. On train home from Property Superconference, it's been a very long weekend but well worth the trip to meet some new people and a load of friends from the property community, learn some new stuff and hear an awesome speech by Sir Bob Geldof on the world economy. Bob Geldof was amazing, very passionate and inspirational. Love those boots, Rob, just like get that one in there. Great stuff, and the keynote speaker, Sir Bob Geldof, he's truly inspiring. Yes, it was great, all of it, and great to have Bob Geldof. He really was inspirational, especially his quotes. All change comes from unreasonable people, and the Gandhi quote, first they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, then you win. It makes me realise what differentiates the entrepreneur and the determined entrepreneur from the rest of the crowd. So some amazing stuff going on there, and that's just a small selection of hundreds of emails, tweets, Facebook posts that have been flying around since the Superconference. Also, something I'm really proud to have been a part of, thanks to all the people that came to the Superconference and the work that my team at Progressive Property have done, we raised well over £30,000 for cancer research. In addition to the £28,000 you can see on the cheque, we have some generous private donations. Mark and I are going to top that up too, so with our marathon this year, it's likely we're going to be 40 or 50,000 pounds just from this one event. So it's a really fantastic thing for us to be able to do. And I want to thank you and everyone who was a part of that. Okay, so you probably want to know who the speakers were, what was the content, etc. So let's get into that. So the first session of the day was Mark Homer talking about thermonuclear economics and the impact of the local and world economy for you as a property investor, and some surprising benefits from that. The second section, where I interviewed Peter Vanashevsky, a very inspirational but young entrepreneur investor who's been joint venturing and using none of his own money. We revealed the Progressive Property Be Your Own Bank joint venture blueprint for raising your own joint venture finance without banks. Simon Zucci did the next slot, where he talked to people about becoming an expert property investor. We had many interviews with previously ordinary and now very successful property investors, people who bought 10, 20, sometimes 30 in a year and created 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 and some even £10,000 net cash flow per month, clear of all costs. And as you can see, there were a lot of these people there. We got them on stage, we interviewed them, and of course that's really inspiring for many people aspiring for the same things. Then we had one of the world's best life coaches, Johnny Cass, talking about how every property investor should have the right mindset, the vision, the mission, the clear, determined path, and gave you some strategies to do that. He even said that without that, some property strategies may not even work. Then we had Andy Harrington give a masterclass on becoming a public speaker and being able to leverage your message as a property investor to 10, 100 or even 1,000 or even 5,000 people and earn from that more than just your property portfolio. It was very powerful. Then on Sunday we started with the brand new multi-let without the sweat trademark strategy for doing HMOs without the money deposits in, without the huge refurb cost. That was awesome, and I interviewed two people who built a portfolio of over 10,000 net cash flow per month without even buying these properties. Then there was the fundamentals and foundations of being a property investor for many of the less experienced people in the room. We started with the footings, then the foundations before we went and built the house, and we talked about the laws of wealth and the laws of money, and then also the reasons to buy and some models, the castle model and finding your gold mine area and being the top dog in your area. Then Mark Homer and Alex Way did a really very powerful, quite detailed, and this is more for the advanced investors, keynote speech on splitting title and making larger chunks of money by playing around with title registrations and being able to convert houses into more multiple units. We had many interviews and grillings. We'd had a private session where we grilled all of our VIPers from the progressive community. Daniel Wagner came on and taught you how to build a 6 or a 7-figure property brand and earn multiple streams of income from your brand and not just from buying properties. David Sanderman, who's been in auctions for 20 or 30 years, one of probably the top dog in auctions, owns the EI group. He came and did a really entertaining and very content-rich section on how to buy at auctions. Then we had an experts panel Q&A where many of the experts afterwards were interviewed, and there was a Q&A session within the crowd which was really interactive. Then we had the second stage, which if you're quick enough you're going to be able to get all of these DVDs for free. So we had Just Want Sylvia Ray on how to network and monetize networking. We had Pete Hazzett, who's got over 300 properties, teaching you how to generate leads at low or no cost. Myself and Mark Iance covered how to package any deal you don't want to keep and make £3,000 to £20,000 per deal. Alex Way, who works with us at Progressive Property, a previous estate agent, talked about how to source the best deals from the estate agents for free and not get binned, and make sure you get the best deals before they even get in the window. We had many breakout sections, and we also had a tax, bridging and creative finance truth revealed open grilling section, which Mark Homer chaired and interviewed Rory O'Mara, Scott, Simon from a really inspirational property investor-led mortgage company, and Ian Wallace and Arthur Kemp. Then on the next day we had lease option secrets with Mark Homer and Trevor Cutmore, but taking it to the next level. How to buy and control property without any of your own money or deposits. Simon Zucci did a section on how to flip deals for profit. Mike Frisbee shared some LHA and local council secrets to get the maximum rent and the maximum duration of tenancy and the lowest void. Then I did a special, very detailed, advanced negotiation section to help all property investors of all level and then we grilled more of the VIPs, which all of the people in the room in the audience got to ask their personal questions. What a weekend. I mean, I'm pretty out of breath and excited just talking about it to you. Here are what some other attendees had to say about the Property Superconference.
Estate Agent Secrets with Alex Way, it's amazing information, and I particularly found Bob Geldof inspiration.
And there's a lot of strategies there, there's a lot of good things. Just got to go back now and think about what I'm going to use.
Very motivating and inspiring.
My favourite thing about the Superconference this year has been listening to Bob Geldof and mixing with like-minded.
Now here's your chance to have all of this in your home forever for a significant more than 60% discount. Plus, for a very limited number, you're going to get all the second stage talks too. And that's another 10 DVDs on top of the 11. You'll be amazed at the value and also, how affordable the price and the investment is. There is a catch, however, and I want to be honest with you here. Because of the contractual agreements that we have and the image right deal we have with Bob Geldof and a couple of the other speakers, we can't offer this to the wider property investing world. It has to be to our close community, hence why you're here. And we've been restricted by this contract to 250 sets of DVDs only. There'll be tens of thousands of people who may get the chance to watch this video. There are 60 or 70,000 just in our email community, let alone our wider progressive community. So you can do the maths here. So this may be your only chance right now. It's a once a year only event. It's changed the lives of hundreds of people. The community has changed the lives of tens of thousands of people, and it could yours too. And I've got something really amazing for you. For the first 100 only, you'll get 2 tickets completely free for the joint venture Buying Frenzy events on May 26, May 27, or June 9 and 10, which are already half sold, hence why only 100 tickets, about 50 for each one. That's 2 days of underground detailed property strategies, 7 or 8 cash flow strategies, with easily a face value of £782 per ticket per weekend. You'll be amazed at the value and probably shocked at the size of the discount. So grab one of the 250 sets right now, plus the 10 second stage DVDs and the joint venture buying tickets completely for free if you're fast. You go now and you're one of the first 100. And thank you very much.